Today we're going to go over applying credit in Congregation Connect. And applying credit is another invoice button or a way we can change an invoice. So let's say we received a payment from the Whites and applied it to their school tuition. Let's go to the Whites account. Here we can see the Whites. Let's go to their invoices. So here the Whites religious school tuition, they were invoiced for $1,200 and the balance due is $600, meaning they have paid $600 on it. But let's say they've called us and say, no, that $600 was not meant to go to their school tuition. They actually wanted to hold that for dues for the coming year. So we can navigate to the invoice in which the payment was applied. We go here. Here's the invoice, right? And I'm going to get create apply credit here. And in this case, I want to create new credit. Right now, there's no existing credit. We're creating a credit, right, with this action. So I'm going to continue. And this takes us to what they've already paid, right? The amount posted to this was 600. Amount of credit, and I'm going to say the entire 600 is supposed to be credited. And the reason, and I'm going to say apply, meant to apply to dues for coming year, and you must have a reason. In this case, I'm going to leave the credit date alone. I want it to use the default, which is today's date, and I'm going to click continue. All right. So taking this credit, and we see here at the top of the invoice, we see the date of the invoice, the amount, right? There's now $1,200 owed. There's 3 transactions now on this invoice. The total credit amount, there's not a credited amount, right? We haven't used credit. We actually took a payment off of this, and we see the balance due. And so if we look at, I'm going to go to here, view here, look at the transactions on this particular account. So we have the original scheduled payment of $1,200. We have a posted payment, which we thought we were receiving, and then we took this posted payment off, right, of this particular, off of this invoice, and it's going to be a credit. So let's go back to the invoice. We see those 3 different transactions, and I'm going to scroll down to here. And note what it says under transaction summary, right? Number of transactions we know is 3. Balance due, we know that the full amount of the tuition is now back to $1,200. And note that it says total refunds, 600. Now, this means refund specific to this invoice. We have not actually given them a $600, right? We've actually taken that money. We're going to hold it as credit on their account. So let's go to the White household. And if I go to the White's household, right, remember we just had that one invoice that we applied the credit, and if I go down, now look, originally there was just this invoice, right, the religious school tuition. Now there's on account, and the on account is going to hold that $600 until we use it later on, right, and it can be used later towards something that they want to charge, such as their member dues.